Hey, it's Nancy Juetten. I'm the Get Known to Get Paid mentor and the leader of the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp, where we guide messengers and service-based professionals to book themselves on the right podcast without hiring an expensive booking agency. And today, I am lucky and thrilled and privileged to interview one of my very active and successful clients in the course. Her name is Dorothy Mazeau. And she has a very specific, terrific expertise that may turn your head. So, Dorothy, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do, who you do it for, and the flag that you're waving?
Okay. What I do is I operate a website, goldenhomesharingconnections.ca, and as you may guess, it's about home sharing. And really, my mission is to promote home sharing as the Airbnb of affordable housing. Uh,
Oh, bam! The Airbnb of affordable housing. That is so memorable. That's so powerful. And who's the ideal person to benefit from that?
uh, Primarily, I work with empty nesters, people that have a home to share and are living on their own and they'd love to stay there, but they're finding it a lot to manage. And this is a way that they can stay in their home, in their community, and have people around the house to share the house with, to have some companionship and camaraderie, I like to call it, as well as help with expenses and help around the house. And not like Airbnb guests, where you have to clean up after them. These people can clean up after themselves.
Oh, brilliant. And I'm sure given what's happened with COVID, a lot of people are looking at new and compelling ways to make the most of the assets they have to have them work harder for them. And home sharing can be a really good alternative for folks who find the right match. Isn't that right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I'm just guessing that people who have met you just now are already thinking, gosh, I wonder if home sharing is an option for me. Do you have a quiz or something of that sort that people can go and get so they can figure out if this is their logical next step that could open up a whole new world of income and companionship for them?
I certainly do. People can just go to my website, www.goldenhomesharingconnections.ca/quiz. And there you'll find a quiz you can take that really highlights all the benefits, really, of home sharing. And then you can take it from there.
Well, I bet you people are going to run and not walk because this is such a timely and powerful way to serve. And you're like the leader of the pack in your province of doing this. Yes.
Well, I've been sharing homes with people for more than 20 years. I'm currently sharing with a couple in their home, and we share back and forth. I just picked up some books from the library that some of them were large print because I know one of my housemates needs large print books. So yeah, we have fun together, and we go our own separate ways too. It's not like we're joined at the hip, but it's just a great way to live, and especially during COVID. I mean, to have somebody that's in your bubble already and not have to seek out people and have to wear masks and be really careful. So yeah, it's been great. It's been great.
Well, and I'm very excited about the work you're doing and the mission that you have and how timely and relevant it is for today's active, healthy senior. So since you're on this big mission and you obviously are very expert in delivering your message, what was it that called you to enroll in the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp in the first place?
Well, I knew that in order to shift the paradigm around affordable housing, I really needed a big megaphone, and that podcasting really seemed like the way to go. And I didn't have a clue on how to get started until I met Nancy. So as soon as I met her, I was really on board. I mean, she helped me craft my media one sheet so it's ready to go and start booking podcasts. And she pointed me in the right direction. And then she gave me a push to get me going, and she's cheered me all along the way. So it's really been a fabulous way to turbocharge what I want to do.
So the course promises that within 12 weeks, active action taking clients will book themselves on 4 to 12 shows in front of the right audience. So not to put you too much on the spot, but you're fairly competitive here. So how well did you do? Tell us about that.
Okay, well, I did book 4 podcasts, and I've got a couple more that I'm talking to right now to work out. But I've also participated in a housing summit. I did one presentation to them, and then I did a Q&A with them the next day. And now I've got 2 more Q&As booked with them going forward to their audience. I think I had about 168 people that attended my first presentation. So it's just blossoming.
And how does that feel?
It's very exciting. It's very gratifying just to know that people are really starting to hear my message, because it's so important to me. I know it personally how great a way it is to live, and I'm really really happy to be spreading the word.
And you're doing it so well. So I'm sure you've invested in other coaching programs and other learning programs over your lifetime. Was there anything special, different, or preferred about the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp that you think other folks sitting on the fence might want to appreciate from your perspective?
Well, certainly Nancy is somebody that I would say under promises, over delivers. Because every time I turn around, if I say, gee, I wonder what I should do about this, Nancy's on the computer finding the right resource for me to go to. So she doesn't miss a trick.
So you felt seen and heard, yeah?
Absolutely, absolutely. And it was a great group of folks that participated with me. We all kind of supported each other. I'm sure we'll sort of stay in touch going forward.
Well, and I really wanted to set that intention because one of the things about podcast guesting is it's all based on so much on the power of relationships. And it was just so magical how everybody was such a complementary match in the group. Everyone showed up 100% of the time. When it came time to doing mock interviews with fellow members, everyone jumped at the chance. And I'm just curious, what was that like for you doing a mock interview with one of your fellow members? Did you learn anything? Was it good practice for you? Did anything come to mind that helped buoy your confidence? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. It was a big help. It really got me very aware of my surroundings and how I present myself, and to look at the camera, which is something that is not sort of natural because you want to look at the person who's on the screen with you, but to really see them, you have to look at the camera. So it was really good practice.
Well, and what I enjoyed about it is one of the elements of my program is that if you go VIP, I will interview you for my YouTube channel and amplify your message to everyone who's following me. And I wanted to make sure that everyone that signed up for that particular benefit was ready to go to the show. And so I actually watched those mock interviews and did critiques for each person so that we could identify some of those things, like what does the background look like? Or do you have good eye contact with the camera? Is the lighting right? Um, do we go deeper in this direction, or could we be better served if we narrowed our focus into a more concise approach? And everyone took the medicine. And so when those VIP interviews came around, people really showed up and knew what to do. And, I always say you can't get to Oprah without doing some reps first at the local bakery. And I think a lot of our reps at the local bakery are going to pay off for everybody, don't you think?
Absolutely, and we didn't even gain weight doing it.
Which is a blessing during this time. So in the program, there were content calls where there was prepared content followed by action coaching. And then alternating weeks, we had kind of a free-for-all for office hours. How did that serve you? What would you say about that in terms of a format?
Yeah, the office hours were great because whatever questions we had over the course of the week was great to be able to have some time to really go through them in detail. And then with the content week, it was great to have the structured content to carry us forward. And the spacing was great. To have a couple of weeks between the formal classes gave us lots of time because all of us are in business and we're doing other things as well. So, and even questions that come up as the course of our business, we could bring those to our office hours too and kick those around. So it's really been a wonderful coaching session.
I'm so pleased to hear that. In previous iterations, I tried to squeeze all the value into 6 weeks, and I could sense there were like palpitations going on, that people were feeling a little bit um, anxious about being able to complete all their assignments and create all their results and still spin all the plates that they have to spin in order to run their businesses and their lives. And my own experience leading it over a 12-week window was much more spacious and much more empowering and much more comfortable and much more joyful, because I think that when you can actually fit things in without it inspiring anxiety, you bring that kind of energy, good, happy energy, to every interaction you have with the potential host or someone who has the influence to take you to a bigger stage. And I just noticed that people seem to show up really in a present manner, like they were actually making it happen and feeling good about it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I think that's a really good summation. I think that's absolutely what happened.
So you are now a graduate. You have competed beautifully, getting lots of bookings. You are growing your list. You are growing your membership step by step, getting some aha insights about your business model and how it can be tweaked. What would you say to someone who is sitting on the fence trying to decide whether or not Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp is their right choice? What would you say?
Well, if you've got a message that you want to get out to the world, certainly podcasting is a great way to go. And Nancy gets you ready to go big time. So I definitely recommend it.
Well, thank you so much. Now, Dorothy, once again, since you are the leader of the home sharing revolution in Canada, and there are people that are watching here today that are curious about that, what again is the place where they can go to download that quiz to decide if home sharing is right for them?
They can go to www.goldenhomesharingconnections.ca/quiz.
Very good. And if you are sitting on the fence and trying to decide if the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp is right for you, I would be delighted to chat with you in a VIP chat format. All you need to do is go to getknowngetpaid.com/VIP chat with Nancy. And if you're ready to go and the next session is perfectly timed for your star on the rise, simply go to getknowngetpaid.com/BYB, which stands for Broadcast Your Brilliance, and choose either the standard or the VIP membership tier. And I will be on the other side ready to cheer for you, hold you accountable to the results that you set for yourself, and to ensure that you get the value times 4 or times 10 beyond what you thought it could be, because that's how we roll at the Broadcast Your Brilliance Bootcamp. So Dorothy, thank you so much for making time to be here today. And thank you for watching. I will look forward to being part of your journey as a podcast guest that top hosts can't wait to book. Bye-bye for
Thanks so
now.
much, Nancy.
Thank you.